Hello, welcome to the Midterm Rental Mastery Show. My name is Tanishia, and I am a real estate investor based out of Richmond, Virginia. And my niche in my business is midterm rentals. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about what is a midterm rental and 5 reasons why you might want to consider putting a midterm rental or 2 or 3 or 5 into your investment portfolio. So first thing, the number one question I get from people is, what is a midterm rental? So a midterm rental is that sweet spot between long-term, where you have, traditional tenants who are going to live in the property, hopefully for longer than a year. They move all of their things in, they sign a lease with you or your property manager. They're going to be around for a while. The short term, which is the vacation rental, and a lot of people refer to as Airbnb, is the vacation style. So people staying for typically shorter than 30 days. They may be coming in for a vacation just to hang out. They're going to be in and be out. So midterm is that sweet spot in the middle. And you may have heard them called midterm, medium term, extended stays, corporate rentals. There's so many different names for them, but they all basically mean the same thing. Now, traditionally for me, 30-day stays are what constitute my midterms. They have to be at least 30-day stays. And sometimes they're in between 30, 60, 90, 6 months. It really just depends on the situation and the reason why the person's with you. So let's talk about 5 reasons why someone may consider investing in a property that they're going to turn into a midterm rental. So the first is because you can get higher income than a long-term rental. So for a long-term rental, again, you're having someone stay for a longer time period. They're moving all of their personal belongings in. So there's not really a premium to be charged for that. But on the midterm side, not only are you typically giving someone a furnished rental with everything that they need, so that includes bedding, couches, silverware, dishes, a vacuum, whatever they need to be in the house for an extended period of time, you're providing to them. It's the upgraded version of a hotel. But the other thing you're charging a premium for is the ability to sign a shorter term lease. So they're actually paying for flexibility to stay in your place. Now, the next reason you may choose to invest in a midterm rental is lower vacancy rates. So if I think about my properties, if I did short-term rentals, which I don't really do, you may have people coming in for 3, 4, 5 days, and then you could have a pretty long break in your calendar. Long-term is great, except for when someone moves, and then it takes sometimes a little while to get the next person in. So you could have a vacancy for 30 or 60 days while you're waiting for, your next long-term tenant to come into your property. I've actually had that happen before because I also own properties that are long-term rentals. So midterm, the good thing about them is the people typically stay longer. So for whatever reason they may be staying, and we'll talk about those in a later video, they stay for 30, 60, 90 days again, as I said. And if they're staying that long, it's possible that you could make it so that you have 3 or 4 tenants for an entire year. And who doesn't want to deal with that? It's super easy. So the next thing about a midterm rental is that there's less wear and tear typically on your place. So you don't have someone moving all of their personal belongings into the place, moving them all around, dragging across the floor. I mean, they're living there, but sometimes they're living hard because it's like it's their own home. And sometimes people forget to take care of their place the same way they would someone else's because it's technically not theirs. But as a long-term landlord, your goal is to make it feel like home. Well, the difference here, even on a short-term people are in and out very quickly. And so there's a lot more wear and tear on the furniture, the bedding, the hardware in your kitchen, etc. There's a lot more use. Now, midterm is wonderful because these people need to stay temporarily for specific reasons, but they're treating it more like home, but with the understanding that they're going to be going back home, eventually, or for whatever reason they may be out. They're going to take care of your place a lot better than usually what you'll see on a long term as well as a short term. So the next reason to get into midterm rentals is diversification. Who doesn't want to diversify their portfolio? Again, I have long-term rentals. I don't have any short-term rentals, but I know a lot of my friends that do. And then I have midterm rentals. Now, I was investing in the stock market at one point until the market took a shift, and that was a way for me to diversify. But midterm rentals is a good balance in between because you can have those shorter but extended stays over long-term rentals. And you also get to charge a premium. So now you have higher rates of return coming in every single month. The last reason is flexibility. The people staying there get to have the flexibility of not signing a long-term lease. Now, I'll cut you in on a secret. I have an arbitrage property that's at an apartment complex. And the number one thing that the apartment complex asks me all the time is, hey, can we refer clients to you? Because we don't do anything less than a 9 or a 12-month lease. Well, I have people sometimes that just need to stay for 2 months for, coming into the area. They just moved here, etc. And that apartment community cannot accommodate them, but I can. So I get a lot of referrals from my apartment community where I have an arbitrage property. And again, we can talk about arbitrage at another time as well. But I now have a service provider for the community that cannot fit the needs of people who are coming to them for these services. So again, those are just 5 quick reasons why you might consider investing in midterm rentals. Drop your ideas in the chat on different things that you'd like me to talk about. I've got quite a bit of experience in midterm rentals, and maybe on the next one, I'll give you some of my background and why I chose this niche in the first place. Please like and subscribe the video so you can get notifications on all of my future videos, and I will see you the next time. Thanks.